We had two Western Conference powers colliding tonight in a playoff rematch. 9 games in the NBA on a Friday night, and we start in Minnesota where we had a really good one between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. First meeting between these two teams this season, we all saw what happened in that epic 7-game series last year. Jokic with a dime to Aaron Gordon to start it, now right back to Gordon for 2. Nuggets coming off back-to-back overtime wins, and speaking of the Joker, we've seen what he's been doing. End of the first quarter, Wolves coming off that tough loss the other night to Dallas, and there goes Ant-Man, between the legs step back. Second quarter now, and it's like clockwork for the Nuggets. Jokic goes out of the game, and Denver goes out of the game. Turnover by Westbrook leads to transition and 3 points for Mike Conley. Next thing you know, you blink and the Wolves are up by 15, courtesy of Dante. Wolves jump ahead as soon as the starters come back in, the Nuggets come back. This has been the common theme for the Nuggets all season. The bench not doing its part, but the starters still so good. Third quarter now, 1-point game. Jokic to Aaron Gordon, the 3-ball for Gordon. Gordon hitting threes, now it's Julius Randle's turn. He's fit in really well in Minnesota. Minnesota up by 6, entering early in the fourth quarter and continuing to charge ahead. Naz Reid the and 1. But this Denver team not going anywhere, and tonight Aaron Gordon turning into prime Klay Thompson. They were down by 12 points in the fourth quarter, but now here come the former champs up by 4, and Russell Westbrook, his first field goal of the night. And then the play of the day, Christian Braun hammering it on Rudy Gobert. Nuggets up by 8 now, and it felt like they had this one in the bag. Jokic behind the back to Gordon. Minnesota responding back though, down by 4, 2 minutes to go. Ant-Man's first shot attempt of the fourth. Ant-Man cuts it down to 1, 30 seconds to go, Minnesota down by 1. This is what superstars are supposed to do in the clutch. Rudy Gobert makes 2 free throws, puts the Wolves up by 3, 7 seconds to go. It's the MVP versus the depoy. Honestly, I thought Jokic was going to hit this somehow. He misses and the Wolves escape. Wolves ended this game on a 10-0 run and secured a huge early season victory. Edwards with 29, Jokic with 26, 13, and 9. And after the game, Anthony Edwards with a statement about their rivals in Denver. They know when they see us, they don't like us, and I'm pretty sure they know we don't like them. Nuggets now go to 2-3 on the season, and in tonight's game, they lose Jamal Murray to a concussion. We'll see if he has to miss some time going forward. Staying in the Western Conference, one of only 2 unbeaten teams remaining, Portland against the undefeated Thunder and Shea. Thunder setting the tone with their defense right away, a takeaway, and now all of their stars touch the ball. Shea, J-Dub, Chet. Shea going right back to work later in the first in the mid-post against Anthony Simons. What a move. OKC continuing to showcase their depth early in the season. How about the rookie Dylan Jones for 3? This one was not close. The Thunder cruise behind Shea, and check this stat out. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander dropped 30 points in 3 quarters, and he was 11 of 12 from 2-point range. Thunder are still undefeated. Meanwhile, in Toronto, it was Lakers and Raptors, and we know what they call it. They call it LeBronto for a reason. The Raptors super banged up coming into this one, and right away, LeBron James setting the tone on the road. Lakers had come in losing 2 in a row trying to right the ship, and in the first quarter, they did just that. Lakers up 40-19 in the first, and more from LeBron. Second quarter, different matchup, same result. LeBron right to the rim, bulldozing his way for 2. Lakers still rolling in the second. LeBron now finding his counterpart, AD. Now check out this pass. LeBron the pick and roll with Davis, the behind the back with the left to Davis. The Raptors would actually make it interesting in the second half, but this one was never really in doubt for the Lakers. They win 131-125. Anthony Davis, 38-12. LeBron, 27-10-6. Raptors did lose this game, but I do want to give a shout out to RJ Barrett. He is becoming such a good player. I want to see this team fully healthy because RJ Barrett's balling, and Grady Dick poured in 31 points as well tonight. Meanwhile, in New Orleans, the bad news just keeps on going for the Pelicans. Herb Jones out 2 to 4 weeks, CJ McCollum out 2 to 3 weeks. This is a team already missing DeJounte Murray and Trey Murphy. They are decimated. But as we know in the NBA, nobody's going to have sympathy for you. Tonight, the Pelicans meeting up with Indiana, and the 2 guys that they do still have, Brandon Ingram and Zion. Ingram finding Zion on the lob, now Zion ripping to the rim with the left and the foul. Now the Pelicans out on the break, Brandon Boston Jr. top shelf to Zion. End of the first half, Pelicans down by 2 and more from the dynamic duo. This time it's Ingram, the backdoor cut, and the lefty dunk. Third quarter, Brandon Ingram to Vis Misi. What a jam on Miles Turner from the rookie. End of the third though, Pacers down by 2, and what a night it was for Ben Shepherd, the shooter. Remember, the Pacers are coming off that big win against the Celtics, but in the fourth, Zion taking over. This is what we expect to see from these two. Ingram, what a pass inside to Zion. Pelicans up 6. Pelicans up by 3. 2 minutes to go. Put the team on your back, young man. Zion Williamson. And now here comes the dagger. Under a minute to go. Pelicans up by 4. Zion to the rookie again. And Misi, he's a nice player for them. The Pacers lose the game, and goodness gracious, I hope it isn't what we think it is with Isaiah Jackson. Backup center Isaiah Jackson left the game limping with a non-contact injury. This is a team that already lost James Wiseman to a torn Achilles. Tonight, though, about Zion. 34, 10, and 6. No excuses from the Pelicans tonight, just production. Magic and the Cavs today from Cleveland. Cavs looking for that perfect 6-0 start. Donovan Mitchell setting the tone. Life without Paolo Banchero beginning tonight for Orlando, and life without him did not begin well. Mitchell again for 3. Cavs rolling in the first. Check out the post footwork from Evan Mobley. What a nice move. Orlando struggling to find their rhythm without their young superstar, but Anthony Black and Tristan Da Silva are going to give them production. Cleveland, though, up big in the first and more from Spida. Up 16 now in the second for the Cavs, and it seems like Mitchell's just going to go at whoever's in front of him this season. And it wasn't a big offensive night for Evan Mobley statistically, but his offensive bag is expanding. They score, they play defense, they do a little bit of everything. Ty Jerome with the steal, they're out and running. Mobley to Garland, Cleveland 6-0.
Extremely confident. But like I told you, at the end of the day, it's just a 6-game stretch. We got to continue to be this team, throughout. Got a tough one tomorrow and a tough one on Monday, and just continue to build. This is a great win. It's always great to learn through wins rather than losses.
Defending champs were in Charlotte tonight, and LaMelo was trying to slay the champs. LaMelo, the sidestep 3. Midway through the second quarter, though, the Celtics are rolling. Defense leading to offense. Derek White to the cutting Jaylen Brown. They're up 15. Third quarter, the lead down to 4. Jason Tatum in MVP form once again, going right at LaMelo. Fourth quarter in this one, Charlotte down by 8. LaMelo against Derek White, snaking the screen, getting to the floater. Now the Hornets down by 4. 8:55 to go. LaMelo putting the team on his back. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When LaMelo starts doing stuff like this, there is nobody more entertaining in the entire league right now. But the depth of the champions just too much. Even without Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis tonight, Neemias Queta stepping up. Hornets would make him earn it, but Celtics up by 6, 2 minutes to go. Queta with the dime to Holiday. This would pretty much put the game on ice. The story of this game, though, would turn into this play late in the fourth. Grant Williams trucking Jason Tatum. Tatum was great again tonight with 32 and 11 MVP numbers for him. Kudos to him for getting up and walking away from this. Speaking of walking away, the Pistons should have just walked away and not shown up to the arena tonight. They wanted absolutely no parts of Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, and the Knicks in this one. The Pistons were feeling good coming off their first win of the year, but the Knicks would take a 26-point lead at the end of the first quarter in this one. Every time it seems like I want to give the Pistons credit and say they're going to start making progress, they go and have a performance like this. The Knicks dominate, they win by 30 on the road. Jalen Brunson with his first 30-point game of the season, believe it or not, with 36 and 5 assists. Meanwhile, in Atlanta, it's Sacramento against the Hawks, and Domantas Sabonis, the early baseball pass touchdown to Malik Monk. The Kings were up big in the first quarter. Atlanta charging back. Trae Young with a deep 3, cutting it to 3. Sacramento back in cruise control in the third, up by 14. What a nice pickup DeRozan's been. But in the fourth quarter, it's a 2-point game. The Hawks still not quitting, and they find Trae Young beating the buzzer, stepping back. What a tough shot for 3. Hawks lead. But this is why the Kings got these 2 closers on the same team. DeMar taking over there, De'Aaron taking over here. The Kings escape in Atlanta. DeMar's been great. 5 straight 20-point games for him as a King. Last but not least, in Brooklyn, 2 early season surprises going at it. Bulls and Nets. Ben Simmons, 11 assists today, giving the Nets a late lead. 5 minutes to go. Bulls down by 2. Giddy up. Josh Giddey right to the rim for 2 to tie it. Nets up by 1. 3 minutes to go. It's the Cam Thomas takeover time. Snaking the screen to the rim. And then with 2 minutes to go, Thomas, the shot of the night. The Nets beat the Bulls. Thomas with 32.